Part 11.7 Surah Hud. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. Kanzal Ayman Quran. Hud 11:25-29. And we certainly sent Noah to his people, saying, Indeed, I am to you a clear warner, that you not worship except Allah. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a painful day. So the chiefs of those who disbelieved among his people said, We do not see you, but as a man like ourselves. And we do not see you followed except by those who are the lowest of us in opinion, and we do not see in you any merit over us. Rather, we think you are liars. He said, O my people, have you considered if I should be on a clear proof from my Lord, and he has given me mercy from himself, while it has been made obscure to you? Is it so that we should compel you to accept it while you are to it hateful? And O my people, I ask of you for it no wealth. My reward is not but from Allah, and I have not been one to drive away those who have believed. Indeed, they are to meet their Lord. But I see you as a people who are ignorant. These verses initiate the magnificent and deeply poignant narrative of Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him, a timeless account of unwavering faith in the face of relentless spiritual and psychological opposition. This story, in its grandeur, transcends a mere historical event. It is a profound spiritual parable that speaks to the perennial, universal struggle between the luminance of divine guidance and the profound spiritual ossification of human arrogance. The discourse begins with a powerful and majestic statement of Noah's peace be upon him mission. It's an almost archetypal declaration of a prophet's role in the world. And we certainly sent Noah to his people, saying, Indeed, I am to you a clear warner. Do you not worship except Allah indeed? I fear for you the punishment of a painful day. The title, A Clear Warner, is not a simple designation. It is a description of a spiritual state of being. It signifies a person whose message is so lucid, so free from ambiguity, and so rooted in transcendent truth that it requires no worldly embellishments. Noah's peace be upon him very existence and his message were a living, breathing testament to the divine, a beacon of clarity in an era of spiritual darkness. His primary directive was a clarion call to Tawhid, the singular, non-negotiable principle of Islamic spiritual philosophy. This command that you not worship except Allah is a monumental and all-encompassing spiritual reality. It is not merely an instruction to cease bowing to idols of stone or wood. It is a demand for the total surrender of the human kalb, the mind, and the entire physical being to the sovereignty of the Creator. It is a dismantling of all false deities, whether they be the tangible idols of the time or the more insidious idols of power, prestige, intellect, and worldly desire that reside within the human psyche. Noah's peace be upon him final plea. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a painful day. It's a testament to the profound compassion that defines prophethood. His fear was not for himself, but for the spiritual destiny of his community. This is a divine love that manifests as a stark, uncompromising warning, for true love seeks to protect from harm, even if that means delivering a difficult and unwelcome truth. The narrative then pivots to the spiritually calcified response of the disbelieving elite, a response that has been echoed throughout human history whenever a divine light has been sent to pierce the darkness. So the chiefs of those who disbelieved among his people said, We do not see you, but as a man like ourselves. And we do not see you followed except by those who are the lowest of us in opinion, and we do not see in you any merit over us. Rather, we think you are liars. This response is a magnificent and heartbreaking illustration of the spiritual arrogance that plagues the human heart. The disbelievers did not engage with Noah's peace be upon him message on its own terms. They dismissed it based on their own profound spiritual and social prejudices. Their objections were rooted in a shallow, worldly-centric worldview that valued social standing and material wealth above all else. They judged Noah, peace be upon him, by his external appearance a man like ourselves, and his humble followers, whom they deemed the lowest of us in opinion. This is a timeless spiritual disease, the inability to perceive profound truth, because it is not accompanied by worldly prestige, power, or wealth. The elite in their profound self-proclaimed superiority were spiritually blind to the divine radiance that stood before them. Their condescension was a veil woven from threads of pride and class consciousness that prevented them from seeing the spiritual wisdom and purity residing in the hearts of the humble believers. Their final accusation, Rather, we think you are liars, is a testament to their spiritual deafness. They were so consumed by their own arrogance that they could not even fathom that a person who did not conform to their worldly standards could possibly be a divine messenger. Their verdict was not a product of intellectual reasoning, but of a profound spiritual delusion. Prophet Noah's, peace be upon him, reply is a masterpiece of prophetic grace and unwavering spiritual certitude. He said, "O my people, have you considered if I should be on a clear proof from my Lord, and he has given me mercy from himself, while it has been made obscure to you?" This response is not an angry retort, but a profound invitation to spiritual introspection. Noah, peace be upon him, does not retaliate with worldly pride or an appeal to his own status. Instead, he compels them to confront the possibility of their own spiritual misperception. He asks them to consider a reality that is so luminous, so clear, that it is a clear proof from his Lord. His prophethood, he clarifies, is not a testament to his own greatness, but a mercy from himself. This is a magnificent articulation of the spiritual reality of prophethood. It is a gift from Allah, not a worldly honor that is earned. The phrase, "while it has been made obscure to you," is a profound and unsparing commentary on the spiritual state of his people. The spiritual truth was not hidden from them by Allah. It was hidden from them by the layers of spiritual arrogance, pride, and heedlessness that had accumulated within their kalb. The spiritual reality is that a person who is spiritually arrogant will be unable to see the divine light, even when it is right in front of them, for their spiritual faculties are veiled by their own ego. The discourse then delves into a profound spiritual principle that distinguishes genuine prophetic missions from all forms of worldly power-seeking. Is it so that we should compel you to accept it while you are to it hateful? This is a magnificent and all-encompassing statement on the spiritual law of free will. Belief, by its very nature, cannot be compelled. It must be a free and conscious choice that emanates from a profound and unending love for the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. Noah, peace be upon him, understood that the spiritual reality of Iman, faith, cannot be forced upon a person who is spiritually averse to it. The spiritual journey is one that must be guided by a profound and unending spiritual certitude, an inner conviction that can only be found in a state of spiritual surrender. The passage then powerfully addresses the worldly accusations leveled against him, reinforcing his spiritual sincerity. "And O my people, I ask of you for it no wealth. My reward is not, but from Allah." This is a profound and magnificent statement of a spiritual law that is at the very heart of the prophetic path. A true spiritual leader does not seek worldly gain for their efforts. Their ultimate reward is from Allah alone. The spiritual reality is that a person who is spiritually attached to worldly things will be unable to lead a spiritual life with true sincerity. This statement is a direct embodiment of the Sufi principle of worldly detachment, a state of being where a person, in their profound spiritual certainty, finds their ultimate solace and their ultimate purpose in the one who is the ultimate source of all existence. The passage concludes with a magnificent and all-encompassing statement of Prophet Noah's, peace be upon him, profound love and acceptance of his followers. Despite their lowly social status in the eyes of the elite, and I have not been one to drive away those who have believed. Indeed, they are to meet their Lord. But I see you as a people who are ignorant. This is a profound and poignant truth. Noah, peace be upon him, would not drive away his humble followers, for he recognized that their spiritual worth transcended all worldly metrics. The disbelievers, in their profound spiritual arrogance, could not see the divine light that was radiating from the hearts of these humble believers. Noah's, peace be upon him. Final diagnosis of his people's spiritual state is not an insult, but a profound spiritual observation. Their ignorance was not a lack of worldly knowledge, but a profound lack of spiritual awareness and a spiritual incapacity to recognize the truth. The spiritual reality is that a life that is lived in a state of spiritual heedlessness is a life that is spiritually worthless. Hadith section. A hadith that beautifully complements the profound contrast between the spiritual insight of the believers and the worldly arrogance of the disbelievers is found in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "Verily, Allah does not look at your forms or your wealth, but he looks at your hearts and your deeds." Sahih Muslim Hadith 2564c. This profound narration speaks directly to the spiritual law that is at the very heart of our spiritual reality. The disbelievers of Nuh, peace be upon him, time judged him and his followers based on their outward forms and lack of worldly wealth, but this hadith reveals the profound spiritual error of their judgment. Allah's scale of justice is not based on worldly appearances, social class, or material possessions. It is based on the purity of the qalb and the sincerity of our actions. The spiritual lesson is clear. Our spiritual reality is not what we show to the world. Our spiritual reality is what is within our hearts and what we manifest through our deeds. The hadith offers a powerful and unsparing indictment of the spiritual arrogance that can prevent a person from seeing the divine light. It emanates from the hearts of the humble believers. Dua, my Lord, purify my qalb from the spiritual diseases of arrogance and pride. Grant me the spiritual fortitude to live my life in a state of profound and unending surrender to your will. Grant me the spiritual humility to see the divine light in the humble and the meek. Grant me the wisdom to see your profound and unending mercy in every single aspect of creation. Grant me the spiritual strength to live my life in a state of profound and unending patience. And grant me a final abode in your presence, where all worldly sorrow is replaced by an eternal and unending communion with you, O Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Ameen.